skies over the Midtown skyline. Watch the temperatures drop this evening. Notice by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're looking at 41 here in the city. Once you get outside the perimeter, though, we're looking for a lot of 30s, mainly north of I-20 and I-85, 36 in Canton, same for Carrollton and Rome, LaGrange 37, 40 in Covington. So not talking about a freeze, but you definitely want to bundle up, at least with a heavier jacket as you walk out the door for Monday morning.
Thank you so much, JD. Well, while Georgia escaped the damage that we're seeing in places like Missouri and Louisiana, Paulding County got the brunt of the damage from storms that barreled through our state. Today, the National Weather Service has confirmed at least one tornado touchdown. We have live team coverage tonight of some of the hardest hit areas of Dallas. Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Bimefor spoke to people cleaning up some of the damage.
Yeah, Joey, we know that at least 3 trees fell on this home back here. Miraculously, nobody was injured, including 2 little girls who were asleep in the bedroom where there's now this gaping hole in the top of the roof here. Their father was able to grab them just moments before that tree came crashing through into their bedroom. Right now, crews still here up on the roof trying to get all of these trees cleared from the home. This is on Chase Way here in Dallas. We did speak to the homeowner, Zach Burgess, who says the power went out last night, and then he immediately started hearing the high-speed winds and heard trees snapping all around his house. He grabbed his family. They ran to the crawl space underneath their stairs as those trees started crashing through their roof. He says it sounded like several explosions and then felt like they were in a vacuum.
Chaos. I mean, there was insulation everywhere. There was drywall everywhere. Studs were falling. The whole side of our house is exposed right now. You know, it was pretty bad.
So right now you can still see crews out here. They've got chainsaws up there on the top of the roof trying to cut through all these trees and just clear them from the top of this house. The family here says they do plan to rebuild, but in the meantime, they actually have a friend who brought them an RV, a motorhome over here to the left of their house. If we can zoom into that RV real quickly. There we go. They had a friend that just came over a couple hours ago. They dropped that here and parked it for them so that this family has somewhere to stay as they rebuild and begin that construction process. Reporting live in Paulding County, Chelsea Bimefor, Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Chelsea. Best of luck to them. And with all the damaged homes, contractors spent the morning in Dallas passing out business cards and offering help. But the Paulding County Sheriff has a warning about bad actors using that help as a cover.
Don't get scammed. Do not give anybody any money before they do any work. Okay, please listen to me and hear me. Do not get scammed. Okay, we've got a mess. And we don't have time to deal with folks that are getting scammed, so please be smart. If you think it's a scam, it is a scam.
Between damage and power outages, several Paulding County businesses are really feeling the pain from last night's severe weather. We saw damage at multiple restaurants from Waffle House to Pizza Hut. One of the worst hit was a popular gas station on Highway 61. And that is where we find Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer live. And Bridget, obviously, crews still working to fix all this.
Right, and on top of that, we just saw a moment ago power crews still out here trying to restore power to several homes and businesses along this street. Now take a look at this gas station. There used to actually be an awning right here on Old Villa Rica Highway. This storm totally blew that awning over. And be careful, we actually have seen some power lines still kind of hanging around in the area. Crews are out here still trying to fix those and restore power to several people, as I mentioned. Now that storm did roll through overnight, leaving many homes without siding, roofs, as well as power. And we know there were at least 12,000 people still without power as of about 1 o'clock today. Now at the peak of all this, that number hit about 30,000 people or customers without power. Now crews have been working throughout the night. That includes Georgia Power, Greystone Power, all trying to restore service to everybody. Now just down the way at this Texaco gas station, we have been told that the awning was blown away in the middle of the night. We spoke to the owners who are still devastated, still reeling from what they're looking at this afternoon.
That is really big loss, and we lose business also. I don't know how, because insurance cover I believe is just $40,000, and that is more than $100,000 we lose.
Yeah, businesses have been impacted. We've been told that the nearby Kroger has also been impacted. We've also been noticing here in Paulding County a lot of fallen trees affecting many homeowners and Actually, a few homeowners I spoke to recently say they still don't have power. Some of them also do not have internet service. We're going to stay out here throughout the afternoon and let you know how things are going as people try to recover from this storm. We're live in Paulding County. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Bridget. And Atlanta was mostly spared despite strong winds in the city. Our cameras found trees down on Scott Street west of downtown, Collier Road and Northside Drive and Olympian Way off of Cascade Avenue. Most power has since been restored in Atlanta. Cleanup today in the Birmingham, Alabama area after they were hit by the same line of storms that passed through North Georgia. And take a look at this video showing damage to the high school in Talladega County. A school bus lifted off the ground and lodged into the side of a building there. Really just incredible. The roof of the school's gymnasium was completely torn to pieces, and at least one person was killed in that community. Weather-related deaths also being reported in Plantersville, Alabama, about an hour northwest of Montgomery. The body of an 83-year-old woman was found after a possible tornado hit her mobile home. Our sister station spoke to her granddaughter, still coming to grips with what happened.
They found her 3/4 of a mile away with parts of the mobile home. It's like it's not real, you know. You hear about these storms and then you don't really put the feelings behind it until it hits home.
Wow. Well, the National Weather Service is now assessing 16 different damage tracks all across Alabama. At least 35 people have been reported dead in all across 7 different states in that massive storm system. That death toll continuing to rise tonight. Jen Sullivan has a look at the catastrophic damage.
This massive tornado caught on camera in Taylorsville, Mississippi, part of a violent outbreak of storms tearing through the Midwest and South this weekend, carving out a path of destruction.
This is really devastating.
In Missouri, at least a dozen people have been killed. Tornadoes shredding buildings and homes in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. An entire roof landing on this car. The fierce winds toppling trees and power lines.
Over 27 counties were affected significantly, kind of an Armageddon situation for emergency response.
The tornadoes also tearing through parts of Arkansas, the roof collapsing in on this home in Jackson County. This trailer blown over in Greene County.
I had my daughter in the house with me and I had to put her in the closet and just make sure everybody in the house was safe. That was my main goal.
Out of all the years I've lived here, nothing like this has ever happened, and it's just astronomical.
The powerful storms pummeling parts of the South Saturday night. In Alabama, this school bus blown into a high school. The entire roof of this structure gone. As this giant system shifts east, more than 60 million people are under the threat for severe storms Sunday from Pennsylvania to Florida.
We are talking the potential for tornadoes as well as damaging winds that could be 50, 60, even 70 miles per hour.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Now, First Alert Weather with meteorologist J.D. Disharoon.
A very blustery day out there for today. We've noticed those winds, thankfully not as high as they were last night, but still a good 15, 20 miles an hour across the city and across North Georgia as well. But the good news is those winds are dying down because the front is pushing through, and that's going to help to clear out our weather as we go into the next few days. So going to be a very nice several days ahead. And that includes tomorrow morning. Look at this, your morning commute, sunny skies, beautiful green conditions all the way into town. So keep in mind, though, with the beautiful sunny skies, if you're going to be coming in from Douglas, Carroll, or maybe you're coming in from the southwest, down from LaGrange and up through Coweta County, you will be dealing with those usual sunshine delays, and you're going to deal with them on the way home as well, because we are dealing with beautiful sunny skies. So at least, though, we're not going to be seeing those wet roadways that we've had for the past few days. Meanwhile, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so we are going to be seeing highs back up into the 60-degree mark for those of you who are out and about celebrating. Beautiful sunny skies, not as warm as what we have been seeing, but overall, quite nice across North Georgia with the upper 50s to lower 60s across the state. Obviously, the cooler spots are going to be in the higher elevations of the mountains, but overall, if you're going to be spreading your green cheer, it's going to be a pretty good day for it. Heading into Tuesday morning, that's another cold one. We're going to be seeing those temperatures back into the 30s and 40s. Not freezing conditions, thankfully, but still a bit of a chill to where you're going to want the jacket as you walk outside. By Tuesday afternoon, though, look at this. Mid to upper 70s across North Georgia, including our North Georgia mountains. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon and a very quick warm-up that continues with upper 70s to lower 80s for your Wednesday. Don't forget Wednesday and Saturday, Braves on Gray. So if you want to watch spring training, We'll have it right here on Peachtree TV, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, by Thursday, we do have another cold front moving into the area. Very limited moisture with this front. I'm not expecting a lot with it in terms of precipitation, but you will notice a change in terms of temperature. Look at this, a high of only 59, struggling to even make it 60 degrees by Thursday afternoon. And by Friday morning, everyone waking up into the 30s. North Georgia could be flirting with a freeze, and a frost is possible. So kind of keep that in mind. You got a 5-day notice if you've already started those gardening and those planting projects. The good news is once we get past that, Friday mid-60s, upper 60s to near 70 by Saturday, maybe a slight chance of rain. And the next Sunday is looking gorgeous with the high temperatures back into the mid to upper 70s and mostly sunny skies.
That looks great. Thanks, JD. Well, tonight a man has died in a double shooting that actually happened this afternoon in southwest Atlanta. Police were called to Whitehall and McDaniel Streets around 1 o'clock this afternoon. They found a man and a woman both shot inside of a white Nissan Altima. The pair was rushed to the hospital, but the man was pronounced dead. Still no word on how badly the woman is hurt. Homicide investigators are working to identify the shooter and why the two people were shot in the first place. Well, it was slow moving through DeKalb County this morning for anyone who got stuck behind this crash on I-20. Still not clear what caused the crash or if anyone was hurt. This is video from around 9:30 this morning near Panola Road. The crash initially closed all the westbound lanes there. A Cobb County police officer was killed in a motorcycle crash on Friday. The police department saying Officer Anthony Cantoral was off duty at the time of the crash and he died from his injuries. Well, 3 days before his death, he had just been honored as February's first responder of the month. Today marks 4 years since a man went on a killing spree at 3 massage parlors in Atlanta and Cherokee County. Robert Long was found guilty of the deaths in Cherokee County and could face the death penalty if found guilty in a Fulton County courtroom. Altogether, he's accused of killing 8 people during that rampage in 2021, most of them Asian women. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. has now blocked the Trump administration from using a wartime law from the 1700s to pursue deportations, specifically Venezuelan migrants that are accused of having ties to a criminal gang. As Christian Benavides reports, this comes as they pursue the deportation of a protest organizer at Columbia University.
The government of El Salvador released images Sunday showing what they say are 261 gang members deported from the U.S., mainly from Venezuela, that will be held in detention by that country. The announcement comes after a federal judge blocked the Trump administration from invoking a 1798 law called the Alien Enemies Act. The law would allow the arrest and deportation without typical due process of Venezuelan migrants who are accused of being members of the South American gang, Tren de Aragua. The judge in Washington blocked deportations with a 14-day restraining order. He said planes already in the air carrying deportees should turn around. It's unclear if the Trump administration violated that order.
We want to get rid of Tren de Aragua gang members. They're terrorists too. The president designated them, asked me to designate, and I did, as a terrorist organization. We want to get rid of them as well. We don't want terrorists in America. I don't know how hard that is to understand.
On Face the Nation, Secretary of State Marco Rubio also defended the administration's move to begin deportation proceedings against Mahmoud Khalil, a U.S. permanent resident who organized pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia University.
If he had told us, I'm going over there and I'm going over there to become the spokesperson and one of the leaders of a movement that's going to turn one of your allegedly elite colleges upside down, people can't even go to school, library buildings being vandalized, we never would have let him in.
Meantime, concerns over tariffs still hang heavy for investors. The U.S. stock market will seek to recover Monday after a bruising week, which saw the worst losses in 2 years. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Closer to home, dozens of volunteers took to the streets this morning to clean up the city of Jonesboro. Members of the World Mission Society Church of God brought the community together for this day of service following the overnight storms. From everyday garbage to storm debris, volunteers picked up to help restore the beauty of the community.
We saw that there was going to be a storm. We wanted to give back to our neighbors by just cleaning up the streets and cleaning up the environment. So I'm thankful that, we had so many young adult volunteers here today to participate in this beautiful cleanup.
The event was centered at Lee Street Park as the group works to support public spaces, bringing the community together.
And now a final check in your First Alert weather shows a beautiful week ahead. Temperatures kind of up and down, but at least the one consistent thing is lots of sunshine. In fact, you're going to notice that Monday with plenty of sunny skies for your St. Patrick's Day. A bit cooler. Most folks not even making it out of the 50s, hopefully getting up to 60 here in Atlanta. And you'll see those temperatures the next few mornings in the upper 30s to lower 40s. So you'll want the jacket as you head off to work. 75 for Tuesday, 78 for Wednesday. A beautiful afternoon for the midweek. Another cold front starts to arrive as we head into Thursday. You'll notice that with some increasing cloud cover and much cooler temperatures. That could bring us back down into the 30s by Friday morning. But notice by Friday afternoon, mid-60s and sunny skies by next weekend. Slight chance of rain on Saturday. Sunday, though, looking fantastic with lower 70s and mostly sunny skies.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, JD. And thanks so much for watching Atlanta News First on ANF Plus. Right now on CBS, Selection Sunday for 2025 March Madness. And hope you come back and join us for Atlanta News First at 11 o'clock.